Hi, I'm Max Eberly, and this is Bridge Language from the Zen Pool video series. Now, the idea in this section is basically how important the bridge hand is to playing pool, and how you must be fluent with your bridge hand. It's very much like sign language. So imagine someone who can speak sign language. When you watch somebody do it, I can't do it at all, but it's very quickly they move from one sign to the next, and they can basically have a complete conversation with their hands. And you have to be able to do that with your bridge. So say, for instance, you're using the open hand bridge. You want to have enough command of your bridge hand to know what your open hand bridge is without having to have your cue in place. Like if you watch a lot of beginners, if you ask them what their bridge looks like, they really have no idea. They have to first get a pool cue in their hand and then get down, and then they do whatever it is that they do because they don't really know, right? So they're just making it all happen in the moment. So as you get away from being a beginner into mastering the game, you also need to master your bridge hand. So, if you watch any world champion, most of them are going to have their bridge hand already ready while it's in the air, and then just come down, right? You don't need a pool cue for that. So what you want to do is start practicing your bridge. Now see, I can do my bridge. What I like to practice is where I could have a perfect plane here under my fingers, and I'll look at that, I'll look for that perfect flat surface, and then I can just come down and squish it into the table, and then it should be solid. By the time you're done with your first practice stroke, really before, your bridge should be snug right into the table, and then no more movement, right? So here's my open hand bridge. I got several different variations of it. Could have a jack up bridge. See, I could do that without having to be around the table. Close hand bridge, close hand off the rail. So this is the rail bridge, right? But I can do that on command. And that's what you want to be able to do. Switch smoothly and effortlessly from one bridge to the next. And to be able to do this really without a cue in your hand, without being near a pool table. And you can practice it while you're driving. Just keep one hand on the wheel and practice your bridge. You can do it while you're at work, at your desk. But you have to gain mastery of your bridge hand. And you're going to become a much more solid, much more consistent player. Even if you're already really good. This is one thing that 99% of my students have an issue with, and it's always something that there's room for improvement with the bridge hand. And so, because see, most players, what they'll have a problem, their hand will be moving while they're down there on the shot, and their bridge won't be solid, and then they'll stroke through, their bridge will open up. So as you get good at your bridge hand, then you're also going to be able to keep it more solid while you're down there and during your stroke. So your game really should elevate from 1 to 1,000 levels. This will give you the chance to get as good as you want to be, because now you can actually tell the cue where it's going to hit the cue ball. See, you're going to have accuracy back here with this hand too, like I discussed, and lock and load. You got to be able to come down here. But what's really going to give the finishing touch and super accuracy is your bridge hand, right? So you can actually go ahead and form your bridge and then come down like that. See how there's a bunch of pieces that are working properly, and the bridge is one of them, because you only touch the cue with your two hands. That's the only thing that touches the cue. So you have to have complete mastery of your hands. And so you do that with bridge language. Just get really good, know all your bridges, and become awesome at forming your bridges, and you're really going to see dramatic improvement. I guarantee it. All right, I'll see you in the next video.